I'll just give it a few seconds there now and see if anybody logs on while I get a few things ready on my desk. Good evening. My name is Maureen Power, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. My main objective is to hopefully remove you from your everyday stresses and help you to develop your creativity through stamping. Every Wednesday evening, I try to go live, and I usually demonstrate a card or a project. So this week, I'm using some stuff that's been around for a while, but I haven't used it in a while either. So I'm going to use that tonight. There are a few announcements I want to make. One is that you still have until February the 2nd, with a $60 order, you will get a $6 coupon to spend towards an order that you would place in the month of February. Don't forget, every $25, once you reach $25 in your order, you will get 10% in Stampin' Rewards if you order it under your own account. Now, you can order something under your own account and just pick your demonstrator. So if your demonstrator is myself, you just pick me as your demonstrator. You will get your 20%, 10% discount, and I'll also get my commission on that. The other thing I want to emphasize is we have a new stamping positional tool. So it looks pretty amazing. I haven't got mine yet, so I can't even demonstrate it. But if you're already a demonstrator of mine under my team, the only way at this point that you're going to be able to get that is if you order it before February the 3rd. Because as of February the 3rd, this stamp positioning tool is only available to people who sign up as a demonstrator. So if you're already a demonstrator under me, you can't get it, but not after February 3rd, but you can purchase it now. So if you need help with that, reach out to me and I'll help you with that. It's a nice little tool, especially if you have shaky hands or anything like that. It's a nice tool that you can use. I did put a blurb on my Facebook page back a little while ago showing the new stamp positioning tool. I am trying to find a good video now where it's actually somebody is actually showing it as using it. Okay, I was hoping I'd have mine by now, but I don't. It's held up. Weather, on the rock. You don't get anything reasonable time. So if you are a demonstrator, you do have until February the 3rd to purchase that item as an item in your order form. Okay, so reach out if you need help. If you want the stamping positional tool after that, you would have to sign up as a demonstrator, and you will automatically get that in the month of February as a sign up. It's a freebie as a sign up. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to turn the camera around, and I still have spots available, or a spot I think available for the nature walk card class that I'm doing on February the 8th. That class is $20 or free with a $30 order before shipping and taxes. And I also have a spot left for the scrapbooking class using that same set, the Nature Walk DSP. And that class is $30, but you get extra product and the product that you need to do that scrapbooking class. So if you're interested in that, reach out, or if you have any questions, just reach out to me. So I'm going to turn the camera around now and get started on tonight's card. It's a little bit of a technique, nothing elaborate, but it's a little bit of a technique. So just bear with me while I move the camera. And I always have to fiddle with this, so let's get that out of the way. And I see there are some people watching. Good evening to you all. better evening out there tonight than yesterday. Okay, my first piece of paper, I'll show you the card first that I'm making. It's this one here. And I use Secret Sky. I think tonight I'm just going to go on and get basic gray. Okay, I'm waiting on my Memento Black. I would like to do this in black, but my Memento Black is kind of faded, and I'm waiting on the refill to come, so that's why I'm changing to a different color tonight. And I'm using Misty Moonlight cardstock. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. So I'm going to use my bone folder and give that a good crease. Then I'm using beige, basic beige. And the reason I'm using that is because of the colors that's in this DSP. And I'm going to show you the products that I'm using tonight. I'm using the Thinking of You sentiment from the Friendly Foliage stamp set. I'm using this tree from the Loveliest Tree stamp set. I gotta get that out actually. I don't have that taken out yet. So that's going to have to go on my bigger stamp. You can no longer, well, anything that's in stock, you will be able to get the rubber stamps. But as of January, we have discontinued having them made into rubber stamps anymore because everything is coming in the new thin packaging. I personally prefer the other ones anyway. You can see through them. And I'm using these dies. I love these dies. And I think this is the one that I used actually. So it was the second largest one. These are really nice as corners on pictures when you're doing scrapbooking. So that is from the Beautifully Celebrated dies. There is a stamp set that comes with that too, but I don't always buy the bundles. This particular one here, obviously these two here would belong with the stamp set, but I wanted it basically for this. So that's that. I'm also using the Earthy Matte Dots, and I'm using the blue. And the Timeless Plaid. Now, that's been around for a while. I haven't used it for a while, but I'll just flick through it and you can get some ideas of the colors. And I have used some of it, so I don't have it all to show you. And the other thing, no, I didn't use that after. Okay. So we're going to take, excuse me, we have 2 pieces of the basic beige, okay? And that is cut at 5.25 by 4. And then your plaid is cut at 4 by 5, 5.25. Hang on a second. Okay, I have both. I got to cut this down a bit. Just bear with me. By 1/8 of an inch. Because I got to cut the same size as this, and yet I want it to... So 1/8 of an inch would work. Because I'm going to need this at 5. No, I'm going to go 5 and 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more. Because I want my beige border to show. Sometimes when you're prepping, you don't always get it right. Okay, so this part here, no, I'm sorry. This is the part I'm working on. I'm not doing really well tonight, am I? Okay, what I want to do is take my old olive. This is just any stamp like this that is trees or things like that. Sometimes it's nice just to do them in black and just have a shadow of a color behind it, like this here. Now, there's also blue in this. Why don't I change this tonight? Just bear with me. I'm going to get my Midnight Misty Moonlight. Okay, I'm going to get my Misty Moonlight and use that color tonight. So you're going to get a bit on your brush, and then you're going to stamp off a little bit. And then I'm going to come in here very lightly. You can add more, but you can't take it away. Okay, do you see what I'm doing? And I'm going to try to get that center with a little bit in it too. So I'm just doing circular motions. And I think I'll take a little bit off of this. I'm going to go on that side a little more. That's about better. Okay. Then I have my trusty cloth here. So I'll wipe that off so that it doesn't affect anything that I'm working on. You can still get these glass mats with the cloth. Now, so I put a bit of background color. And now I am going to take my basic gray, and where this is a bigger stamp, I'm going to pat it that way. I think that color is going to work better, actually. So then I'm going to go over it. And if you hold it down, the ink will transfer from your stamp to your cardstock. Ooh, yeah, I do like that color better. And you can see that there's just a hint of the blue coming in behind it. Okay, and I do like the basic gray better than the Secret Sea. And it might be too that it's blue and green, because this one is the green. Now there's green in the plaid and there's also the blue. So let's see. I'm sure this is going to be everybody's favorite. Okay, so now I am going to use my seal. This one is giving me a bit of problem. I think it's almost ready to give out. So and one way to kind of get it even is to hold it in the corners. Okay, and then hold it over it until you see that it's even. And I'm hoping it's even. Like I said, I got a camera in front of my face. All right, and then I want to do the same thing. And make sure your card is opening the right way. I've been known to have my card all finished, and the card was opening the wrong way. Nothing more upsetting. No, that's not even. Okay, I'm just going to move it over a little bit so I can get to look at it. Okay. Then what I want to do, and I'm going to use the basic gray again. I want to stamp the thinking of you. Always close up your stamp pads when you're finished. It's better to open them up 5 times than to stick your hand in it once or drop your card in it. Now I'm going to use my dimensionals. And I take your pick tool. And I'm going to, it's opening the right way. Yes. Put that down. I am going to, okay, before I do that, I can't see my piercing mat. Oh, there it is. Just in case it goes over, then I can just fold it on itself. Okay, I'm going to put this one across the bottom. I'm going to leave a little border. And going to leave just a smidge of a border on this side too. Okay. Sometimes, especially if I'm just doing a card and I'm not putting the sentiment on it, I'll just seal down one side, because then it's easier for me to take that off if I make a mistake and I have to turn it over. Then these gems here, I'm going to, I think I'll go with a different color. Let's see. Should I go with a different color? No, I'll go with this. These are darker. Maybe I'll go with these ones. And I'll put one out here. So there's our card. And you can see they are so different. One has the green with Secret Sky, and the other one has the blue, Misty Moonlight, with Basic Gray. So which one do you like the best? And this one has the darker gems and the blue gems. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will mark in the description where I got my inspiration for this card, and that gives you an avenue then of looking up somebody else and check their cards out if you're interested. So don't forget, if you are an existing demonstrator, the only way that you're going to get the new stamping position tool is to purchase it outright before February the 3rd. Otherwise, you won't be able to get it after that. The only way to get it then. Now, whether or not they bring it back at a later date, I don't know. But you won't be able to get it until, unless you are somebody who's signing up during the month of February. And when you sign up during the month of February, you will get $165 worth of product for $135, no shipping, no taxes. That's over a $200 savings. I don't believe Paper Pumpkin is an additive anymore in these starter kits. But in addition, you will get, if you sign up during the month of February, from February the 3rd onwards, you will get a stamping positional tool free of charge. And also, don't forget, if you're interested in the $6 coupons, you have to make a $60 purchase. Every $60 earns you a $6 coupon, and that coupon, you can spend it in the month of February. Take care, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me.